Number 4, for each of the following reactions, write the missing product or products and then balance the resulting reaction and identify each reaction by type. So let's look at A. We got some bromine and some potassium iodide. Let's see, I can tell because we got a binary compound and a simple element, this is going to be a single displacement. I'm going to try to predict these products here. We're going to have some KBr and some I2. Let's balance that up by throwing those 2's in there. B, if we're heating this, this is most likely going to be some sort of decomposition. The other way I can tell this is going to be a decomposition is because I have something complex. It's just nothing's going to just react by itself except for to break apart into smaller pieces. So how are we going to break up? We're going to jettison all that oxygen to leave just the sodium chloride and then oxygen by itself. Let's balance this up. 3 on that side. Let's go 2, 2, trace. All right, C, we're reacting something with oxygen, so that's definitely a combustion. It's also going to be a decomposition because we're breaking up that hydrocarbon most definitely, but the main thing we need is a combustion right here. Number 1 thing that you want to observe. Let's see, so this is a C7H14. Well, it's a hydrocarbon, so we know that's definitely going to be carbon dioxide and water. The only trick is going to be when we go to balance it. So let's see. This is a situation, and we have 7 carbons over here. So my first movement to try to put a 7 right here to make sure the carbons balance. But notice what's going to happen is I'm going to have a 7 in front of here. That'll make 14 oxygens plus 1 more. So that's an odd number of oxygens. There's no way I can manipulate the coefficient of this O2 on the reactant side and generate an odd number of oxygens. So I know for sure I'm going to at least have to manipulate this by 2. Okay, at least by 2. It's going to be some even number so that this, due to this water, an even number of oxygens result. Now, I've done this particular balance before. It's going to end up being 2, 21, 14, and 14. Now, is this going to take a pretty long time for you to work out on your own? Yes. Yes, it will. But if you continue to guess and check, you will eventually find it. And yes, sometimes these do take quite a bit of time on your quizzes and on your tests, so you have to be mentally prepared to take the entire time to make sure that these are correct. Let's finish up with D. We got this copper compound, copper chloride, and then some sodium sulfide. I just named 2 binary compounds, so this is definitely going to be a double displacement. And so these bad boys are just going to switch partners. Okay, you're going to switch partners. So you're going to have, let's see, what are we going to have? We're going to have copper sulfide and sodium chloride. That's what we're going to have. Now let's look to balance this. You got, let's see, that's a 2, so I'm going to need 2 over here, and that's a 1. You got 2. Yeah, so it looks like we're good to go with just that 1 coefficient change.